moral lesson is that don't comment about somebody's height the first time you meet them. First impressions matter. No matter what you do in life. Remember you as that guy that I said, this guy
and
short.
they might know you.
As
They
how
might
now?
see you and be like,
As how?
no, some people have photographic memory. They'll just see you and be like, oh,
Well, I'll
boy,
be happy if MI still
recognizes
recognizes me.
you.
Come on.
Chairman.
Yeah, I love MI.
I'm hoping MI recognizes me, so I met him more recently at a few times actually. He was a regular at Sporting Lagos games.
Yeah.
Call on
So
FNN, Sporting Lagos.
okay. I've never had a one-on-one. I've always met him.
In fact, the last time I met him, Patrice Ever and Fouls, the bad guy, were also in attendance in that game. So it was a star-studded Sporting Lagos match event. So it was nice to hang out with these guys. Yeah, but hey, it's always nice to hang out with these guys. Yeah. The best in the bees. Today Young is the name. Next to me is
Kane Idris, Mr. D.
In this silk shirt.
Yeah.
Looking like chocolate wrapping.
Fly.
Yeah, this looks like Major using a wrap chocolate.
Yeah.
Like this actually.
My ladies love it.
I wonder where you got this shirt from.
No, they selected it specially for me.
Wow.
Shout out to my lady.
Wow. I can see you blowing kisses directly to your ladies.
Is it ladies or ladies?
My ladies.
Okay, they contribute by the shirt for you. That's
Somebody
nice.
sold the hand.
That's what you call a cooperative relationship.
No father in my world, you know. You guys come in, behave well, and we'll all enjoy each other.
All right. Speaking of enjoying each other, John Ojetunde is here, and we learned something wonderful about him just before we started the show.
Yes.
That his full names are John Pelumi Miracle Ojetunde.
Yeah.
First of all, I say as a man, why would you allow yourself be named Pelumi and Miracle?
And you've never
now,
thrown tantrums.
Miracle is unisex, yeah.
Miracle is
UNICEF.
not unisex.
Yeah, there's a guy in my church. There's a guy in my
Just
church
because
that
there are
bears
guys
Miracle.
that bear.
And I know a lot of guys.
Just as names like Bola are unisex.
It
Just
is.
like names like
It is unisex.
names like
Just like Pelumi is unisex.
Yeah.
Pelumi is
They are
unisex.
more feminine.
But you know it is
in your mind.
Come
just
on.
like name like Faith. Faith is not nobody say Faith should only be for women. But if you see boy wey dey bear Faith,
So those
I've
names are
heard boys that bear Funmi. And I'm
Yeah.
like, how will
even though you know say na you know that it's not necessarily a feminine name.
Then I've also seen girls that bear Tunde.
Yeah. I mean it's obviously Yetunde. It's
but you will
Yetunde,
see them not
Motunde.
call it Tunde.
Then
They will
Dayo.
call
Yeah,
it
Yetunde.
fool.
What about Dayo?
Dayo.
Dayo. Male and female. Dayo.
But
So what are you going to say
Don't
about that?
Don't distract from the fact
I
that
have-
you have two feminine names.
You will collect yellow card too. Before the red card.
Have two feminine names as an adult. I understand as a child you could not do anything about it,
Yeah.
but as an adult you decide to stick with it.
Pelumi is
For me,
my
the
Pelumi is
simple
my
question-
favorite.
The simple question I have for you. Why did you keep Miracle under wraps all these years? Pelumi, now I've known you for almost 10 years.
Let me answer that question. So my parents called me that name growing up. So immediately I got into secondary school.
You now have
So I
sense.
started with John.
Mm-hmm.
Then after secondary school, in fact they stopped. So I forced my parents into calling me John. So the Miracle thing stopped because some of my friends call me when they come into the house.
The Miracle thing?
I just felt that
Are you not in the mood for a miracle?
I am, but these days I've embraced it more now. These days because I need miracles. I need a lot of miracles in my life. So now when I look, I say the God of miracles.
Why you wake up with someone else next to you?
And I wake up with the Spirit, the Holy Spirit. So that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
Yes, that's
Wow.
The raps
Yeah.
with the Holy
That's
Spirit.
There's some all the Nigerian naming ceremonies. You know, everybody will attend to, but they'll just give you their own name. So
in fact, some people they do 10.
everybody get at least 10 to 12
Maybe
names.
No. One thing I thank, I don't know how my naming ceremony was. Maybe I thank my parents. I thank everybody who was there. All my name don't reach 5.
Now you say they don't do naming.
They do naming.
No,
Some people don't give you extra name.
they had already spent the
I have my normal name, which is Kehinde. Yoruba call it Amuto and wife or twins. Kehinde Taiwo. Then I have a normal Yoruba name. Then I have my Muslim name, which they call Suno. I have my Suno, and then I have my Oriki. After that is my surname. So that's everything about my name.
What I'm getting from this is that your parents spent heavy on your SC name. When you reach your time, you say, maybe we calm down small.
No, but it's
when we don't do it for
it's a
palo.
family thing. My elder brother, my younger sister, younger brother, same. We have this very short, 4 or 5 names max. But I've seen naming ceremony.
Tell us all your fun names.
But now my elder brother has children that even him cannot remember all the names of his children.
Really, all you need is your first name, middle name, and last name.
In Yoruba land, Oriki. Oriki is important.
But it's not every one that has a Ricky.
That means
every Yoruba name, every Yoruba.
That means you don't have.
You have Oriki.
I know
You
my
must
Oriki.
have now. What's the Oriki?
You say your own first.
I can say it.
Say it now. We can tell you, you don't go talk your.
But if I say my own, you will say yes.
Yeah.
Okay. My own is Akomu.
Akamu. Joibolom. Akamu.
AKA Akamu.
You see, that's my problem. This nonsense boy will trivialize. It sounds
So my own Oriki is Travis.
What?
I was not dead.
What? Travis what? Is it Travis?
Travis Scott.
Travis told them I like you, boy.
my Oriki is Aremu. Aremu and Akamu coming to you live.
Everything is mumu. There's something.
What's your own Oriki?
My Oriki, I know.
He has
It's something like Alao.
His Oriki will be blessing. You're going to get miracle at Pelumi.
So, welcome to another episode of Sports Vibe, ladies and gentlemen. We have a fantastic show planned for you as always. My name is Aremo, flanked by Akomo and Miracle. We are down one today. Solomon Edibe is away covering
our personal boss.
Yeah, is away covering the Super Eagles shit show, if I can use that term.
Actually, you are happy.
At the Gospel Akpabio Stadium, and it would have been nice to have his perspective. When he comes back, he'll tell us what he went through. But let us talk about what we saw from here in Lagos.
From a distance.
I'm happy I did not go. Because I would have felt like I wasted money. It's 1-1 away.
I remember the Central African Republic game that you were at this time.
It was even in Lagos. We don't spend money. Kenny and I went together. I think it was in 2021.
Yeah.
Was it 2021?
I think it was 2021.
I think it was 2021. Kenny and I went together. I remember we were still both at Galaxy TV at the time, and we left from the show.
It was from the show
Directly to go watch the game, and we lost 1-0 at home to Central African Republic in Lagos. And everybody is always talking about they don't want to play in Lagos because they know that what do you want to do then? Nothing you go do.
One guy who is a journalist, by the way, I wouldn't mention his name. He was so livid. That is one day I saw people invest emotions and they want to carry out their anger. He was looking at Joseph Ayodele Aribo and he was like, King Kokoko pay me by. Let me just land in front of Aribo. He will not know what hit him because Aribo didn't cover himself.
He messed up.
As much as so many other people, but he had personal vendetta. He was wishing that he could disappear. And when the thing carried, we should just land. Aribo, Alpha, 1-on-1, that he will beat the hell. That is how, that's why sometimes I don't know how these guys see it. But people invest.
Oh.
The worst thing about that game, Kenny, that we saw in Lagos was after the game, the coach at the time, General, and the team did not do a post-match press conference. The journalists, most respected sports journalists in Nigeria and Lagos, were in the media room waiting. We waited for like up to an hour before everybody got dispersed. We dispersed when we heard that they just gave pitch side interviews to 2-3 journalists.
Ross said that pitch side interview is supposed to.
I just talked to 2-3 journalists that came up to them pitch side. We know who the journalists are and why they gave them, but we don't want to seem like we're hating. So I know they mention anybody. But and that stuck with me that you do that. They've not played in Lagos ever since, even though they've trained in Lagos a few times, and I've been planning to witness some of those sessions. But yes, this time around I'm glad I was not there. Losing 2-1 at home to Rwanda, albeit in a game that was
almost simple.
From a Nigerian perspective, yes. But if you look at the situation we are in terms of these are teams that we will still have to play when the World Cup qualifiers resume in 2025. It would have been nice to boost confidence. It would have been nice to. Also, it's always nice to win on home soil.
Yeah.
The Super Eagles have not had good vibes since the AFCON. The AFCON was the last time.
Yes.
Even before the AFCON, a lot of people did not feel good about the Super Eagles for a long time.
Is like a fluke run.
That's what I've always maintained, that the Super Eagles of Nigeria are a tournament team. I've said it time and time again. There's a reason we don't do well in qualifiers. But in tournaments, you can lock in, you can focus on one single goal, you can set your mind on something and achieve it. In qualifier, there are so many variables, and there are so and there are so many long stretches between the games. So different group of players come for this one, different group of players come for the players are in different in a tournament. All of you are in a confined space, you are in the same mentality, you are going for the same goal. So that's why I did not take the AFCON run seriously. There's a reason that we have been only 4 times have we failed to reach semi-final of an AFCON. There's a reason for that. So it did not, when everybody was going crazy about it was nothing to me.
It was medal team at the AFCON.
It was nothing to me. Like, I still have the belief that Nigeria are the most successful AFCON team of all time, even though lots of people disagree with me because of obviously Egypt have more AFCON titles.
No, well,
Ghana have more AFCON titles. But for me, it is more impressive that if you go to the African Cup of Nations, you are pretty much guaranteed the semi-final spot before a ball is kicked. That is what the Super Eagles of Nigeria have been able to achieve.
When some people start hailing people like Genoro, when they say they come for we journalists, I will say Genoro should go because
say he finished third.
Point he can take us.
Say this man finished third at the AFCON.
There is no kind of coach that has not taken the Super Eagles to the.
Eguavoen also won a bronze medal with
there is no kind
at
of
the AFCON.
Even
in 2006, Eguavoen was the coach.
Even Kenny can take the Super Eagles to the semi-finals. That's what you're doing.
There is a chance.
There is a chance.
Oh God, forget. See, I get your arguments, both of you, but I still feel that you see the Super Eagles. Maybe we are really living on past glory. As you just mentioned now, we always get to semi-final. Maybe psychologically we are even stuck there now.
Stuck where?
They're just saying, okay, we'll make the semi-finals. Yeah, last AFCON we got to the final, and just like you mentioned, it was a fluke run.
You see, guys, I want to say this. I have this friend, I'll call him friend, colleague. We finished from the same secondary school, and since I got to start this job, he follows every of my program. He knows all of you, because he follows the picture and everything I do. As much as he follows, he's also one who criticizes in some cases. Now, when we said Genoro should go, there's one person who came heavy on. He said, "You journalists," he even called some names that I wouldn't call here. He said, "Genoro had done this, done that. Now we had to put boys together. I should go." Now Genoro had gone. When they now started talking about names that had to be employed, was a person who came in and then we were criticizing, where is the person coming from? It was like, you people that said Genoro should go, you want to still criticize who they are bringing.
That's how everybody reacts.
And I was like, It is our job to talk about the heels. It is our job to paint, this man cannot do. Genoro used 6 years. We've seen the height it can take us to. What we are saying is, this is where it can take us to. We want something more. So we have done our job. Now it is for the job of the administrators to get somebody who is ahead of Genoro, at least a bit. Not somebody who is either on the same pedestal or even lower. And then they went ahead. So if we come on air, criticize us in Pesero, Genoro, we need the judge, not because we have a particular vendetta about a man. It's because our job is to look out for our own. And our own is the franchise itself, the sports, the football, the the setup, whether it's Super Eagles, Super Falcons, and all of that. And that is what we do. So when Nigerians say some things, it always feels like, are you guys forgetting what we are talking about? We want better. That's why we're here. And you see right now, before I leave this discussion, Austin Eguavoen, whatever happens, you have really tried. Austin Eguavoen, Cerezo, you have tried. This man has even left coaching. Trust me, Augustine Eguavoen is not more in coaching line. He just still has the idea. He has gone into proper administration. He's the technical advisor for whatever.
Technical advisor that nobody knows.
Exactly, we don't even know what he's doing.
The man is not even in coaching line. But every time it's easy for you people to go and call him. And then we thought everything was costing fine.
So what are you saying now? Is it time for Eguavoen to go back to his job that nobody knows what it is that he does?
Let the man go and rest. See, as it stands now, John Ojetunde, Miracle, and Arebu. We don't even know when our next coach is coming.
He's coming from heaven now.
Okay, he's coming, bro. December 32, Santa ló máa gbé wá.
In fact, I saw somewhere where someone recommended Pep Guardiola
to
the Super Eagles. In fact, he said if we have about 10 companies come together, put a lot of money together, that Pep Guardiola can be hired as sports manager.
Now we are just approving to go and borrow more money.
This time it's not borrow. We're saying 10 big organizations.
Who are the men?
You know what? Actually, even though it's never going to happen, it's quite impossible. A part of me actually wants this to happen so that we can stay in Guardiola's whites. When we gather our national budget, to be able to employ Pep, and he loses at home to Lesotho, you will now understand that not be everybody they do all these things. Not be for every feed you fit try all these things.
I don't think Pep Guardiola will coach any African team.
As how?
Because they will stay in your white.
Where will he come from?
See what happened to the likes of Chris Shuti.
To be fair, look. To be fair,
Never Otto Addo.
Ghanaian football is
God.
I think Chris was never a top. He was a decent manager at the high level. Yeah, but even then he was constantly. Even then he was constantly getting fired. But the thing is,
in the Premier League,
we almost employed a coach that coached the German Bundesliga. Bruno Labbadia.
That's German body.
In fact, we employed him. It's just that the employment did not survive. But we employed it. It was a premature employment.
I think Bruno Labbadia and Julian Lopetegui, they can start having.
We employed him in our mind.
Allardyce will be a chairman.
We employed.
Who never really started.
If we employ, I think we can go for someone like Sam Allardyce.
Are you
to
drunk?
do what? No, you are still stuck in the mindset of
Sam Allardyce that coached the Three Lions.
How is Sam Allardyce different from Jose Peseiro?
He has coached in Premier League. Jose Peseiro has never coached in Premier League.
How does that make him? The point is that
Jose Peseiro has never coached anywhere. Where has he coached?
Sporting Lisbon.
He coached
Sporting Lisbon is.
You know the whole team that Sam Allardyce coached that time.
That year, right?
Forever. That team.
That's one of
Peseiro took Sporting Lisbon to a Europa League final, even though they lost, but he took them.
Bolton golden era. He coached Bolton's golden era.
Look, what you are talking about was several decades ago, and this is the issue. This is the issue that Nigerians have. The best that we believe that we can get is someone that in his prime used to be an okay manager. And he has not left the prime. So in your prime, you are calling Chris Hughton. Chris Hughton in his prime, in the height of his career, he was getting fired from every job. That was the height of. Let alone now that coach. I don't think.
You know that black coach.
Yes, it's Gary Moore.
Gary Moore.
Former West Brom player.
More.
You will see more suffering and more disappointment in the Super Eagles. But yeah. We don't want to have this conversation about the next Super Eagles coaching. We've done it before. We've done it already. It's too tiring. But the point is nice. International breaks do not return till March 2025, and when it returns with high stakes for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. After 4 games played, in a game where Nigeria appears to be favourites on paper, We are second from bottom with 3 points from 4 games. 0 wins, just 3 draws and 1 loss. The 1 loss was a home defeat to Lesotho in match day 1, and then we've drawn 3 games subsequently, which leaves us with 6 more games. That's 6 times 3, 18 points left to accrue. Meaning that basically the Super Eagles have to win every single game left to have a shot at qualifying for the World Cup. They've not played South Africa away. They've played Rwanda away. They drew. They've not played Rwanda at home in the World Cup qualifier. We played Rwanda at home in the African qualifier and lost. So just to bear in mind, we've not played Benin Republic at home. We've played them away. We played them at home in the World Cup African qualifier. We beat them 3-0, but we've not played them at home in the World Cup qualifiers. We've not played Lesotho away. This is Lesotho that came to beat Nigeria in Nigeria. We've not gone away to them, and we will also be hosting Zimbabwe. If you were the NFF or whatever body is now in charge of IIC by this because they change every 2 market days. What is the next line of action now? Do we hire a coach now to give the coach time to, because it's not like you can even go to be working directly with the players. You can't get access to the players to match anyways. But at least to prepare the players' minds that coach don't do it. Or do you wait till that match? Knowing Nigerian things, I know the one that's most likely going to happen. Yes. It's on the day of the game gone that they will announce somebody, and I'll be begging that we don't announce you, accept the job.
We said this thing time and time again. The biggest lie in life is the lie you tell yourself. You've checked you tried Bruno Labbadia, Professor Labamba, everything. You settled for Iguavon. Why not face your reality? You people that are up until today, whatever it is that happened with Finidi was never attended to. NFF never made a statement. A player in the fold of the team spoke to his coach anyhow on public space. Nobody said anything. You guys went past it. You went to get Iguavon. Iguavon that you got, first 2 games, Iguavon is in charge of 2 games. The man finished and said, I've done my 2 games and it's over. The next window came. Iguavon, say we still got that day. He came and, what are you doing with Iguavon? Do you know one of the questions that you would ask even somebody like Austin Iguavon is, he cannot even tell to what capacity he owns the team. Before this, he just believes work with them for 2 games. So it's a case of guy, I just dey here, more gather drum, any which way. It doesn't feel like he's the proper gaffer. Now build up to match. Are you staying with that same pattern like Tunde have said? There may be 2 weeks to the tournament.
2 weeks?
To the qualifier.
2 weeks? 2 weeks is an improvement. 2 weeks is a massive improvement.
1 week.
You wait till
1 week you'll be hearing rumors.
But they would have done flyer. They will put Iguavon.
Official confirmation will now be 2 days to the game. When the team we won't play don't dey Nigeria already.
You will now start. But these are now. I talk about the kind of intentional investment. In one of the podcasts, Mikel Obi was saying Nigeria should not be second option. What is he trying to say? These guys that make Nigeria a second option, it happens everywhere. But these guys who make Nigeria a second option is because of the kind of structure they've seen. You're not thriving. These guys always feel, they will need me. Why won't I? This one we are discussing Adara Bioyo. If there were to be a structure that even Adara Bioyo is looking at, we don't have structure.
This is why I was on that topic of the second option. From Adara Bioyo's perspective, I don't think anybody can even blame the man or anything.
No, I'm not blaming
anyone. I'm not saying you are. I'm buttressing your point. Basically, it's a case of your options are England or Nigeria. You are 27 years old, you play for Chelsea. You know at some point England will look your way. and you can also choose Nigeria if you want. Which of the two look more attractive? It's just simple maths.
Mathematics.
Every human being will do whatever is best for them in every situation.
Yes.
There's a reason most Nigerians are trying to leave
your brother.
There's a reason most Nigerians are trying to leave the country. Imagine Saka chose Nigeria and left England. Will his life be the same?
Look at what Big Mix is turning into. Mika Richard have one of the I don't understand footballing career, but they have structure that would, after you're playing years. In Nigeria, you will start hearing things like when they make money, wetin they can do now, when sick, they call us. You know, these are things that you put into consideration. The countries you choose that will give you leverage in the long run. All these are even footballers or coach can do this. Go and see them attending to their family so well at this stage, have their foreign touch, which is the clubs they play for, the countries that adored them during their playing days, that adopted them, so they've adopted their family. What is Nigeria doing for them? Look at what talking about Saka now. Do you know what Saka means to England, even at his age? Now, just imagine Saka in 20 years from now.
Let's even keep it a club thing and say, what Nigerian club did Kano play for? What Nigerian club did JJ Okocha play for? What Nigerian club did
Mikel Obi played in the league.
Yes, Mikel
played too.
Fantastic. Mikel Obi played in the league. When have Plateau United ever done anything, even if it's online, to acknowledge the fact that, or to carry it on their head that a Champions League winner, an AFCON winner, played for their club? You have to Google it to know that Mikel Obi know that Mikel Obi played for Plateau United. That kind of thing. On Mikel's birthday, do they even post his happy birthday to her?
Like things like that.
And the funny thing is that this guy has supported, Mikel has supported these clubs. Financially.
You look at when people like JJ go back to Paris to watch a PSG game and the kind of reception he gets.
These countries have a whole lot for these players to buy into. Structure. We would always go back to structure. And how do you get structure? Investment. Tunde, what Rwanda have spent in the last 3 years, I'm not sure Nigeria has spent it directly into their football in all our footballing years. About $70 million has consciously gone into Rwandan football in the last 3 years.
That's the difference. I'm pretty sure that we spend too. It's not that we spend on different things.
That's why I said consciously on development.
So the keyword is consciously on development. We don't do such. We spend to maintain fake life. So it's a case of two different people. Like say, maybe Ken and I spending on personal development courses to be able to attract foreign jobs, and the same money is spending on that. We are spending to rent cars to take pictures for Instagram, just so that we can appear like we're achieving the same result.
So it's a case of priority.
So I think that we spend a lot. We underestimate how much we spend on just player match bonuses when we are not winning it.
So to the quick one on that, on investing in your sports. Look at what is happening in Morocco. See, there is no way if you invest in something. No, I'm just trying to say.
I know. I'm saying those ones
if you invest in something, there's no way you're going to see the dividend.
Eventually,
you will see the dividend. You see the results.
You don't bet. That's why you're talking like this.
See, listen.
I know how much I invest every weekend.
That's not an investment.
I never see dividend.
That's not.
Don't follow me talk anything.
That's not an investment.
How is it not an investment?
That is gambling.
How is it not an investment?
You're gambling. You're not investing.
It's like
I'm talking about
it's like a
people being
parent.
deliberate.
Every investment is a gamble because no investment is 100% gamble.
Yeah.
Okay, what if you build structure and your country people are still too? So what there is San Marino and Co. It is a no spend. San Marino is a neighboring nation with Italy. The simple truth, those ones don't just have the talent, no matter the investment they do.
But Tunde, you don't even necessarily have the talent. When you invest properly, you bring in the best people to train these players. Even they don't need to be as talented as Messi. You see, let me tell you.
The point is, if he didn't day. Are you saying San Marino is not spending money?
Tunde, let me tell you, in football these days, you don't even have to be extremely talented. Just know the basics. You can hold the ball. You take the ball. If I mean, take the ball on the half turn, pass it. Look for your next man. You don't need to. See, we haven't said it. What is
Coach.
Rodri doing that is special?
Koshilala.
What is Rodri doing that is special?
Why will you take us to
Okay,
Man
please
City
don't.
every
Okay,
day?
okay,
So many
sorry.
things that
Don't-
is doing like that. That does not.
But don't let
diminish-
us go. I'm just saying
That
that
does not diminish what Rodri
if
is
you are,
doing.
if you are,
It's
if
not
you are,
special. That
Kenny,
people
if you are
do it.
investing in yourself personally, just like you mentioned, you are taking courses. You want to tell me are you going to be the same? You can't be the same now.
What you
Sorry,
can
sorry,
see also.
Something going to be different about you.
Okay.
Your knowledge-wise, capacity building, all those things will be
When you
different.
speak,
The point
Exactly.
is that investment is not necessarily a sure thing. Like yes, there are more chances that you, but doesn't mean that automatically once you invest, you work. And that's the point.
Hey, it depends on the kind of investment we're talking
do you
about
know why I
now.
believe you are talking like this? I have said it. There is no way the supreme being that we call God is not partly in Nigeria. We get away with too much nonchalancy to things. People who have spent money went to that AFCON that we got to the final. They did not achieve anything. We will go to tournaments. We will first of all tell John to take the team. Later we'll say Tunde did one thing yesterday. John come out, Tunde enter. We will not plan, we will not have any proper structure.
26 Rio, the 26
and then we will go to the
Olympics.
tournament. Yes.
26 Olympics that we were doing Bambiala to get to the Olympics.
Yes.
We finished with a bronze
Third.
medal. We arrived on the
6
day of our
hours,
first
6
match.
hours to our first match. That was
individual
when we got
talent
to.
to play a major
It's not
role in what is
individual
happening in
talent.
Nigeria.
The Supreme
Yeah.
Being loves Nigeria.
So Supreme does not love other countries.
Yes.
Is that what you are saying?
I'm telling you.
God
How
loves
can you
everybody
get to
equally.
how can you get to the Olympics 6 hours to your first game? Firstly, you won the first game 5-4. The people around the world, they're like, this one's mad. Fatigue, jet lag, everything. You got there and you played that game and you won 5-4.
In fact,
One
somebody
aside.
dashed them $50,000.
That was
Say,
after they became third.
Just
And
It was like, no, you people, you are superhuman. Why?
How will I take finish bronze? We
Now-
were done there for 1 week. They train.
Which 1 week? Some people are traveling.
Some
there
people
one
first did training camp in another country before they.
which is why we never develop.
Let me
Continue
paint
on
a
this trajectory.
scenario, John.
We're always living.
All of the league,
we're always living based on hope. In fact, false hope
no
most times.
vibes and inshallah.
Exactly. That's
All of the group leaders,
you will not see the development.
after the 6 games in the AFCON qualifier. All of the group leaders. Do you know Nigeria accrued the least points? Even Comoros accrued more points. 12 points. Morocco did not draw a game. They did not lose a game. 18 possible points, 18 possible accrued. They won all 6 games. But John, when the AFCON come, you will see Nigeria beat that Morocco.
And that
How
also,
does it happen?
I think that also kind of fuels our nonchalance a bit.
We go do am now.
Yeah, because we always seem to find a way when it matters the most.
But what have been our big achievements?
So the question is holistically.
Holistically, that's the
There
question.
is the level of underdevelopment in our sport
Yes.
is alarming and shocking. The Rwanda that you spoke about in this Olympics, the Rwanda guys were more talked to. The guy that won gold in for 4 by 100. The level of investment in that particular sport, it will interest you to know that there's so much money that has gone down into training there.
Yeah.
And this is not 2 years before the Olympics.
They started achieving.
This is a 7-year project, long time coming. In fact, they brought the best of trainers to come train a lot of the athletes in Botswana.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? These guys are interested in development sport.
Intentional.
Thank you for intentionality. That's it. In Nigeria, we are never intentional.
Oh,
Just like that.
You can intentionally remove somebody's name.
What
from
is
100
killing
meters.
us? What see? I don't see. There's a part of that story I don't want us to go to today.
To apologize. She should change her attitude.
There's a part of that story that I don't want to talk about. In a particular WhatsApp group, a lot of the so-called top journalists were blaming Favour Ofili. That all the things he said in media was false. That so they wanted us to believe the AFN guys. I'm not the. Is it the AFN?
Yeah.
AFN NOC.
Yes, they wanted us to believe those ones. One of our bosses was even saying that Favour Ofili made a blatant statement which was false. And people were saying that, what do you mean?
Did she
by
participate in the 100 meters?
no, some of the issues that happened as regards
Local
the fact that she couldn't participate and all that it was her fault.
They
In fact, they were trying to.
said
They
she
pinned
did not
all.
have
They
good
pinned all.
relationship
Yes.
with her.
They pinned all
What
the
good
issues.
relationship?
I don't even
Favour
want
of
to go
Philly
there,
was
babe.
disenfranchised in 2020, which happened in 2021. She faced the same.
She and
Now she's
Annette.
facing it again.
Annette that left
Annette
and
that
changed
left, yes.
one
And
medal, one silver for America. The favour of Philly must have felt like, why did I not just take the same decision as Annette, who was equally deserved? I mean, I don't like talking about Nigeria.
It's crazy.
It's fine.
Crazy.
So by goes, you will be fine. And if you don't qualify for World Cup, yeah, we will not expect anything.
But you said it here on the show so many times that Nigeria will not make it.
I did not expect Nigeria to
Even you
qualify.
too, you said it.
I didn't expect Nigeria to
but
qualify.
I don't know. Something just keeps telling me that a miracle could just.
Okay.
When we get Pep Guardiola.
But
No,
miracle.
not Pep Guardiola. You know the coach we need now. Let me tell you the coach.
But miracle, I'm playing.
No, there's a particular coach that can actually help
Which
us out now.
I'm on it.
Ah, oh God. Nigeria should go and tell United to sack Amorim and get him to be the coach of the Super Eagles. Tell him whatever you can. But there's something attractive about that name.
Sporting Lisbon.
Oh God.
After
It's Amorim plus success. To buy Amorim, we are successful. Let's get Amorim and let him go make
Please. Let this be.
Well, we're trying to trivialize the matter, but it's painful. Tunde said something in his opening. I felt that this run of games should be a build-up to what we should be expecting and the mindset that should be in those boys getting into the World Cup qualifier. This November window, possible 6 points, we're able to pick 1 point and we lost 5. I don't care whatever you call yourself, but we're playing Rwanda in the World Cup qualifier when it resumes. We're playing Benin also when it resumes, and so many other top teams like South Africa, Zimbabwe. And then we are going into the World Cup now, the World Cup qualifier, that every game is a must win. We're going with the fact that we are doubting each other. But you remember the last time we played Rwanda, they beat us, so we need to, say that Benin game for. That is where we find ourselves now, which is a worry, which is where I don't want us to, be before the World Cup qualifier. And then also, home game. There is something it does to the locals. There's something it does to the home fans. There is bragging rights.
To see you as the national team.
Yes.
That's also even what inspires confidence or helps you lose confidence in the team. Yes. If Super Eagles are doing well away from home, you do well in tournaments, all well and good. But when you play in front of your own crowd, you are shitty, terrible.
Kenny, is even the level of
that's what builds the perception of your performance.
But I want to play devil's advocate here.
We've always been one.
No, we still have between now. We have about 4 months between now and March. Anything can happen to football. We could come here, doubt the Super Eagles, look at the performances and judge them by that and say, by March it could even get worse. But I'm saying that by March things will get better. In fact, some players can come good. That could be a trigger for some players to say.
That's the typical Nigeria.
Do you know the problem?
We
Depending on players coming good. What about creating a system that these players will just
a system that has never been created in the last 30 years?
It's as simple now.
And so let us rely on.
Where is the home of the Super Eagles,
No,
John? Where is the home of the Super Eagles?
You don't have a home.
So the home of the Super Eagles in Nigeria.
The home of Super Eagles in Nigeria.
So anywhere they find it.
It's Abuja.
Where's the home of the Three Lions?
They play everywhere.
They play everywhere
Actually.
But
it's been a while that they just played exclusively at Wembley. Sometimes they play at Villa Park, they play at Old Trafford.
What I'm saying is, if push comes to shove, whether Villa want to use their stadium, West Ham want to use that, there is a place nobody can use this for them.
It's called home, which is Wembley. You know that.
If Uyo today decides that they want to do political rally in that stadium, if Kano say no, we want to empower students, they should all assemble.
The thing is that the Super Eagles takes preeminence over those because that's a national.
I understand. What I'm saying is there is a reason why every country have a structure
But we
for
have
their.
we have a team. We have a
Oh,
stadium in
please,
Abuja.
you,
Which
The
Abuja?
MKO Abiola Stadium.
I'm tired of
You don't-
talking
you
Super
don't-
Eagles.
you don't-
Is MKO Abiola?
Thank you very much.
Is
Thank
it
you.
not
Thank
the
you.
home of
Thank
the
you.
Super Eagles?
Thank you very much. We are
The
done with
house.
Super Eagles.
The house
We
of
are
God.
done with the Super
We
Eagles.
can't be
It's
done with
fine.
the Super
We are
Eagles.
done with
Then I want to
it's fine.
celebrate Ademola Lookman.
We are
I
done
am
with
saying
Super
this by
Eagles.
March. We will come good.
Good for you.
Yes.
Face
Yeah.
the camera and say.
Let us don't need to face any camera. Let us just transition to the CAF Awards nominees like that. Still, as you mentioned,
Oh.
shortlisted in the top 5. The top 10 list that has now been cut to 5. So Ademola Lookman, along with Simon Adingra, Seru Gurasi, Ashraf Hakimi, and Romwell Williams. Those are the top 5 players in African football according to CAF. In what particular order we'll find out on the day of the showpiece, which Lookman is expected to win, or is there any chance that someone else can
Now,
win?
no versus Lookman. Lookman should win this.
Yeah, but if he does it, also you do.
He will win it. I'm telling you that he will
But
win
if
it.
he does-
He's more deserving of
I saw a picture.
anyone on that list.
One
He's more
boy
deserving.
put hand on another boy. He just said, Ademola Lookman, may you not be vinaciously denied of the cup.
That's all the people were confident that the Ballon d'Or was Vinicius' award until the Rodri.
I was
But
confident
that one had a little. I think
Obviously, that
think
one is closer.
Ademola-
That one is
yes,
closer.
I think Ademola Lookman
He's ahead of any other person on that list.
He's clicked all of the boxes. I think he looks
Hey,
like, but like you have
It's
said,
an award happening in Morocco,
Yeah,
and
he-
Ashraf Hakimi had a good year. He always has good
He
years.
always
He always
has,
makes
yes.
the top
Yes.
final
so if
nomination.
he doesn't
So maybe
win
they
it,
can decide that maybe this guy is making nomination and be losing out to other people. Let him
This
finally
time.
win this time.
Ademola can wait till next year.
And for the fact that Ademola has also been very consistent this season.
He's tried. He's
And
tried with
he's
his
done very well
consistency.
with his,
Trust me.
his team. And, I mean, he's the brand of football he plays. Africa is proud of him. So I think that alone shows.
What about Ashraf?
Ashraf is just there.
How is he
He's a
just
good
there?
player, but I'm saying that Ademola
Ashraf
Lookman
is one of the
special.
best in the world in his
Ashraf is not one-
position.
He's not just there.
I'm saying Ademola
What makes
Lookman-
Ademola
Even if
Lookman
you're discussing
special?
footballers,
Okay, what makes Ademola Lookman special, but Ashraf is just there. No, if you look at even Ashraf Hakimi is not even 30 years, he's like 26, and this is a player that already played for Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, Inter Milan,
Doesn't matter.
and PSG. How does it matter?
I am rooting for our own boy.
You are rooting for him doesn't
Ademola-
mean that
Ademola
you will not say that
Lookman-
Hakimi is just there, but
he's a good
Lookman
player,
is
he's a
special.
good player.
If anything, Lookman only recently just came
Yes.
into this,
And
so
we
you
make
can
the
even
story
say
very
he was from
interesting.
No.
AFCON.
We make
you
the story
can
very
even say that Lookman is just informed.
He's informed.
You
He's
can
not-
make that argument
that
and
is
say
the story.
if we're not Nigeria, that's what we'll be saying.
No,
because
he's just informed.
Hakimi has shown sustained excellence throughout
Consistency, we know
throughout
that
his
he
entire
scores. Yeah.
Hakimi
throughout
is
his
a class.
entire career.
We know.
Hakimi has been one of the best
I
right
am
backs
just
in the world.
being patriotic, my guys. I'm telling you that.
That's
I want
why me, I
Ademola
feel
Lookman
when
to
you
win
see
this
players
award.
like Ademola Lookman, let them take the guns and go home now. Because next year
We don't know wetin fit happen.
Ademola Lookman,
So win that trophy,
trust me, we
sign a new
respect
contract
you,
with a new team
we love
before
you,
this
but
hype
we
dies
know,
down.
we know that this is also you being in a fine form and is making every possible best to make sure this form is well used. Ademola Lookman is trying things that
He's at the top of his game.
Yes,
The confidence.
yes,
I like
the
seeing when players are
confidence
informed.
level.
The confidence is
Yes,
always
it's
crazy.
There, it's there.
Every game he
It
rescues
reminds me
Atlanta.
of somebody like Rashford. When Rashford is in that form,
Confidence is a big
you
part
would
of
think
football.
you would think Rashford is Cristiano Ronaldo.
You can be average, but when you have the level of confidence in
Because you
you,
will be
can
trying
make you
things
a
that
superstar. Yes, now
Normal-
ordinary-
normally
The
you
kind
will
of
not
goals
try.
Ademola Lookman are hitting these days, you know, that cut from the side and check the far left,
For
far
someone
right.
that for most of his career was quite frankly considered an average player,
Yeah,
until recently he just ascended into that world class level.
yeah.
So obviously I think Lookman is
And you see the Ballon d'Or also gave him that respect. Oga is informed. Just let him be there.
So according to the Ballon d'Or, 14th best player in Africa.
Yes.
In fact, Ballon d'Or has already crowned him.
The African
best
player
footballer.
in
Because
Africa.
you can't be the highest ranked African player and then not win the
But
CAF,
it's Africa,
win the
any
CAF
shot
award.
is-
In the 30-man shortlist, he was the only African there.
I'm saying that anything is possible in Africa.
Of
You
course.
don't necessarily have to be on the Ballon d'Or top list before
Even
you
the
win.
Ballon d'Or, you will hear that another award give Vinicius the player of the year. So awards you know,
Yeah,
vary some levels.
awards can be tricky. Awards can be
Can be
tricky.
very
But you know,
Ademola is in a
still
good form.
congratulations to Ademola Lookman, the player of the year in waiting. William Troost-Ekong made the top 10 but did not make the top 5.
Yes.
Are we satisfied with that? Me, I'm not. I think
Very
I would rather have seen Lookman Troost-Ekong in the top 5 ahead of someone like Adingra. Adingra is only here because of the AFCON. The AFCON where he only even really played the semi-final and the final really.
Yeah.
Those are the two games that I started.
Well,
But
but
today,
it's
to be
not
unfair,
bad.
if
It's
you don't
not bad
have
for
someone
Brighton.
from Cote d'Ivoire.
What it means is unfair. If you don't have, you don't have.
No, but it's not bad for Brighton.
It's not bad for Brighton. That's not top
But
5
if
player. That's not top 5 player of the year material.
Well, okay, if you take out the
7
AFCON,
goals.
If you take out the AFCON, Troost-Ekong.
There's nothing.
Second won the league with Park, and okay, if you can't
And
even,
how many games he played? He
and
was
you can't-
literally injured for most of
and
the
you
season.
can't even take out the AFCON because Troost-Ekong was literally player of the tournament.
It's
at
not
the AFCON.
literally.
It was the
player.
that's the point. Like
Best
it was
defender
the
of tournament, best
it
player
was
of
the
tournament.
player
I
of the
don't care
tournament.
best defender, player of the tournament.
I'm even just saying
yes,
that
that was
he
a
did
class.
his job.
That
He
was
did
a
his job
class.
well.
Anyway,
Scoring 3
So-
goals, far.
me
It wasn't
personally,
joke.
I think that Troost-Ekong was robbed. to not
I
make the
just
top
think
5.
that they compensated Cote d'Ivoire for having some.
So what about the other players? Seydou Guirassy. I think Guirassy deserves to.
So if we are going, look, that's my issue with this award. These awards are individual awards. It's about the best player, the player that had the best individual year. If we are going by that, Seydou Guirassy should win this award easy. But because this award awards generally in football has become a thing of narrative, as you know, he won this, he did this. If Lookman doesn't have that Europa League final,
That Europa League was the.
if he doesn't have that Europa League final,
was the turn
we probably are not having this conversation with him
at
right now.
all.
He might still have made the top 5 because he had a good AFCON and he had a good season.
He had a good
overall.
season.
He had a good season
Scored a
overall.
good number of
But
goals
the
and
Europa League
assists.
final is what makes him the clear, undisputed winner.
Yeah.
Without that Europa League final, we will still be debating who will win between him and Guirassy and Hakimi. That's what we'll have been doing by now. But now there's no longer
When
any
we'll
debate.
get into that discussion.
I don't think we'll win that one. The one that
Rowan won the South African.
the one that Romwell will win without a doubt is goalkeeper of the year, where he's nominated along with Stanley Wabali. Shout out to him, the Nigerian goalkeeper, Mustafa Shobel of Egypt, Yaya Fofana of Cote d'Ivoire, and Andre Onana of Manchester United and Cameroon. So, I mean, Onana is one of the best goalkeepers in Africa. Onana is not a top 5 goalkeeper in Africa to you. Come on, man. Okay, if you are saying someone should not be there, you have to say someone
Yes,
should be there.
obviously.
Who should be there then?
Andre Onana didn't have a good season.
Okay.
Manchester United, you all know that.
No.
Even at the AFCON, he was
He
very
did
poor
not.
with-
What did he do at the AFCON?
That's why I say he
Now
didn't
he
have a
missed
good
some
AFCon.
games.
No problem.
Whose
Who
fault
should
was
be
that?
there?
It's his fault
That's what
now.
I'm saying. So I don't
Who
know why
should
he-
be there?
I don't know.
No, if you are
I
saying
don't
you should
know.
not, you don't know.
I'm just telling you that I'm specific about
No,
Andre Onana.
no.
Whoever they pick, let them pick anybody ahead of us.
Whoever they
But-
pick would
Yeah,
have had a
Onana
worse year than
shouldn't be on
Onana.
that
You
list.
don't
That's
care
what I'm
that.
John is
Onana-
not the first person criticizing.
Onana should not
No.
be on that list. On
Even
what
me, I
basis?
felt,
On what basis? Is it if it's on based on the fact that he had a very good season with Inter Milan that season where Manchester.
it's not this year.
I'm
now.
only-
Okay, wait. On what basis is Cote d'Ivoire goalkeeper Yaya Fofana?
They won the AFCON.
What club does he play for?
They won the AFCON.
No.
He plays in France.
Yeah,
now.
he plays for Angers.
Yes.
Look, the
And
point
they won
is
the
that
AFCON.
But he's not
Listen.
bad for Hungary.
listen. The point is that you say Onana did not have a good year. Maybe by Onana standards, did not have a good
They
year.
won the FA Cup.
But wait. In comparison to who? Who are you cannot say that anybody else that they put there so anybody else that they put there, which year did they have?
I am telling you that.
What did Mustafa
I don't
Shobel of Egypt do to
I
make the
don't
top
think
five?
Andre
Look,
Onana should be. That's my opinion. Whoever comes, that's what I'm saying.
you can't say whoever comes you don't care. What if they put someone that has a worse year then?
I am telling you that Andre Onana should not be on that list.
The point is that if you don't know anybody that had a better year, then you can't determine that Andre Onana should not be on the list.
But
That's because
I have the right to.
you can be on the
decide
list.
that
Not
So
you can
criticize.
wait. I'm not saying you can't criticize it. You can be on the list not by being great by yourself, but by being better than than the options that are available.
Eh,
That is simple
like
truth.
they
So
say,
you can't.
there's
So if
a
you
one-eyed man in the land of the
so
blind
that's the
is
point that I'm
guilty.
making. So if you say that Onana should not be there, which is you are
I
entitled to say,
and,
who is the person that had the better year than him that should be there? So if you don't have that person, then you cannot
But
necessarily
it
say
still
Onana should
doesn't
not
make
be
me
there.
not criticize whatever he did with Manchester United.
You can criticize that. Nobody say you can't
Cameroon.
criticize that.
And Cameroon as well.
Nobody say you can't criticize that.
Attitude wise, in fact, the guy has attitudinal issues and the same goalkeeper. No. Please let's just move on.
Anyway, the winner of this one is clear, so there's no even point to be arguing about Onana.
And he's even wearing the color of your club.
There's no need to argue about Onana.
Right.
The winner of that one is clear. The only other category where Nigeria appears is national team of the year, along with Cote
Club
d'Ivoire,
of the year, young player of the year.
Cote d'Ivoire, DR Congo,
Okay, I'm saying we are
South
not
Africa, and Sudan. You will tell me why Sudan is here again. But yeah, those are top five. I think we all know it's those are basically whoever won the AFCON in the year in competition that always wins national team of the year. Right now that we are playing the AFCON every year, we will play it every year. We will not named it the year of the next one. We will say AFCON 2026, but we go play AFCON 2025. Then for 2026 we go play AFCON 2027. Basically, we play AFCON every year instead of 2 years as originally designed. The winner of that one is clear. Young player of the year.
Do you know when the AFCON for next year?
December.
January. It will spill into January.
You know, get organization. South African thing.
CAF.
But then again, this one particular, for the 2020s, I'm not blaming CAF entirely because they had to move the schedule because of the Club World Cup that's happening at the end of this season.
What about the outcome? The outcome was supposed to be.
Yeah, so a lot of
Move it to
the
next year.
FIFA calendar really
It's clashing.
affected a lot of
But why
tournaments. had to
doesn't
be.
FIFA calendar affect other continents? You will still see them.
Yeah, because
manage
those
their way.
because those ones are 4 years now. When you decide that you want to be playing your own tournament every market day,
Thinking behind playing the
those ones are for 4 years.
It
So
doesn't make
which
sense.
there's no
We need
contingency.
relevance.
There's no contingency that want to happen.
What's relevance? So
There's no contingency that want to happen that I can't
prepare.
prepare for in 4 years.
But
So-
the Copa America is in every 2 years. What are you saying?
And that's why those ones
Copa.
too. Copa America it was not even designed to be every 2 years. It's for 4 years. They were
No,
just
it's 2 years.
no, it's actually designed to
No,
be for 4
it's
years.
2 years. Copa America is
Copa
every
America,
2 years.
no.
Copa America is
It's two years.
It's a 4-year tournament.
tournament.
There was a period where it's
When was the last one?
this is
The last one was in 2022 now. Where Messi won his first trophy.
Yes.
See,
No, I think it
the
was 4
reason
years
why they
initially
played
before
that one that even happened a year after each other is because they were marking 100 years of Copa America, so they had to play tournaments in that year. So they now had to play another next year. So 2022 they now played another in 2024.
all right. Confirmed the Copa America is a 4-year tournament, as we said. It's a 4-year tournament. The 2024 that one, the previous one was in 2021. It was supposed to be 2020, but because of COVID, it was moved to 2021. So before that, it was in 2019, and that was the stretch where it happened consecutively. It was 2015, then happened in 16. The 16 one officially does not count as a Copa America because it was a celebration tournament, to mark the 100th anniversary of the tournament. So from 15 and 19, that's the 4 years stage. So 16 was just an anomaly. Before 15 was 2011, 2007, 2004, 2001, 1999, 97. So it's always been a 4-year tournament. So it's just some. So the scheduling issues happen mostly because tournaments are 2 years. So that's something that.
In fact, they will keep having this issue because tournaments plenty.
In the last 3 tournaments
Games.
of the AFCON,
God.
we've had 3 different times of the year. We had one in January, having another mid,
It's even annoying.
having another December.
Anyway, let's move on to Young Player of the Year nominees. Karim Konate of Cote d'Ivoire and Salzburg, Umar Diakate of Cote d'Ivoire and Rennes, Yankuba Minty of Gambia and Brighton and Hove Albion, Elis Bensere of Morocco and AS Monaco, and Lamine Camara of Senegal and Monaco. I think Lamine Camara might be the favorite for that one. I think he might be the favorite for that one.
Fantastic young player.
Club of the Year, you know if you ever see Nigeria club.
That is lying.
You know if you ever see Nigeria club for this one. Even if they do top 100 nominees, you fit see Shaq.
I think the last time we had Club of the Year, a Nigerian club was nominated for club. I think that's laying that.
Obviously.
Okay,
Obviously,
that's
when
yeah,
they obviously, if you win Champions League.
I thought you meant this year.
That year.
Anyway, Club of the Year nominees are Al-Ahly of Egypt, Zamalek of Egypt, RS Berkane of Morocco, Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa, and Esperance Sportive de Tunis of Tunisia. So it's always the same. It's always the same five.
South Africa, you now have Sundowns.
It's always the same five. Before it used to be before North Africans and the TP Mazembe. That was always the
Yes.
now it seems Sundowns have replaced Mazembe.
I know there was a time too. ASEC Mimosa would always get in there. I don't know what still happened to ASEC.
Anyway, Coach of the Year, you have Jose Peseiro, who is not here. As you look me like said, I've been confined, he's not here. But Coach of the Year nominees Pedro Gonçalves of Angola, Emas Faye of Cote d'Ivoire, Sebastian Desabre of DR Congo, Marcel Kola of Al-Ahly, Hugo Bruce of South Africa. So I think it's obvious that it's going to be Emas Faye because of the AFCON. But
And the story was also very.
He has also done well with the AFCON. With the AFCON qualifier, yes. You cannot so.
Interclub Player of the Year, that's Player of the Year based in Africa.
This one they do first 2000. Nigerian Interclub Player.
In fact, maybe the person wey they were even put in don sign for. They fit finally find say let us determine and put one Nigerian player. The day they put am they say don sign for Libya or he don sign for Comoros or something. Anyway, Isufu Dayo of Burkina Faso and RS Berkane, Ahmed Said Zizo of Egypt and Zamalek, Hussein Al Shahaz of Egypt and Al-Ahly, Mustafa Shobe, who was also nominated for Goalkeeper of the Year of Egypt and Al-Ahly, Rowan Williams of South Africa and Mamelodi Sundowns. I think Rowan Williams is going to clean out these awards in terms of the Player of the Year based in Africa and then Goalkeeper of the Year. So I think he's going to have a good night at the big showpiece. Anyway, that is the full list of the nominations for the men's. I don't know when the women's shortlist is going to drop, but we look forward to it to see if we have any Nigerian representation. And
do we have any Nigerian female that don't probably Chiamaka? I think Chiamaka.
And that ties back to the Onana point of making. Someone like Rashida Najibade, I would not be surprised if she still makes it. Even though she did not have a great year by Nigerian standards, she's still better than the rest of the field. That is what it is. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Because if you think about it, how many African women's footballers have the better year than Rashida Najibade? But you look at Rashida's individual and say, what did she do this year that was special to be a top 5 player? But what did the rest of the field do to catch up to her? So that's what it is. And that's how these things go. Anyway, that's our show, guys. I hate talking about Nigeria. It's draining, tiring, and it's always the same conversations over and over again. So that's what
there's nothing new actually. There's nothing new to discuss. It's the same.
It's always and before you know it, you've used time on it,
because
and
you
even
all
go
through.
back to what you talked about, and you find out that even you are part of the problem.
You got.
How are you part of it? Yeah, I'm not part of
No,
anybody.
what I mean is, people spending so much time on it is part of you being part of the problem.
I agree with you.
It's very tiring. Like I would say, and I will continue to say, the people who don't respect Nigerian football, because Nigerian football is respected all over the world. I've been privileged to be outside of Nigeria to see how people revere our football. But the people who don't respect Nigerian football, who does not honor it, who does not regard it, are those that I say own the football, which is the administrators. I don't ever think they sit back and ever look at what Nigerian football means to Africa and also the world. Maybe someday when they do that, they would understand where it stands. But for today, they just see that Ghana football anyhow. Make we move on.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Sage words from Kennedy is Brother Miracle, sign us off as we go.
So, you see, it's the same thing over and over again. You keep regurgitating the same story, talking about structure of football. You keep saying, oh, that the children are not doing what they're supposed to do. But, we're still also, because we share the same sentiment here before, that the country has to better itself. When the country is on the right path, we have football. Because it's difficult. You've said this several times, that it's difficult for the sports to stand alone and achieve excellence. The country itself has to be on the right path, because sports will now be incorporated into it. Then the level of excellence can be achieved. But as it stands, the administrators are politicians. There's the issue of self-interest and all that. So I have agreed, and we also share the same sentiment that we need to put square pegs in square holes. If we don't do this, we'll come here next week, in 2 weeks' time again, to come and complain about Nigerian football and lack of structure. And on this note, Miracle is signing out.
My days of complaining about Nigerian football are done. I've told you people my own next plan.
What did the minister do for our representative that went to
I've told you. I've told you.
That's Kehinde Idris, aka Wasted.
I've told you people my next plan.
Akomu right here.
I'm not waiting for Nigerian sports to get better. I'm waiting for opportunity to contribute to us not getting it.
To milk it, Abi. To milk the system.
Not collect,
to milk the system.
That's why your head is going.
People already look at me like a corrupt politician because of the way I get their build. And I know they see any corruption. Corruption know they reach my side. Corruption know they benefit me and my family. And they suffer. But I look like I'm enjoying corruption.
I think we need to introduce you to Alhaji Gusau.
I don't call anybody's name.
Because you want to be part of the development of sports in Nigeria.
As far as I know.
You don't want to be part of those
as far as I know, Alhaji Musa Gusa is the NFF president.
So you don't want him to know. You don't want him to know.
Great man.
He's doing his job. I don't know what the job is, but still. On that note,
and shout out to also.
Let me do my own job and sign up.
Sports Commission head.
I beg, please. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are done. Thank you very much for rocking with us on another episode of Sports Vibe, baby. Come on. We had fun in the last episode with showing our range. We bring you handball, we bring you football, bring you basketball, bring you boxing. Speaking of boxing, Jake Paul whooped Mike Tyson's ass. We can't talk about that. I only talk about real fights. That was a waste of time. But yes, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, Tunde Young's the name. Kehinde Akomu Idris, Long John Kwalumi Miracle today. We are the ones that brought you. Shout out to Solomon Edivre, who is making the journey back from.
He will return in the next edition.
As we speak, we'll be back to give us the experiences. And shout out to the production team as well that makes this possible, Babash Media and the gang that make this possible. There's a lot of work that goes into bringing you this setup and delivering you this world-class sporting content. So until you see you next time, if you miss us, go back to the previous episodes. Let us know how you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Adios.